Hello, this is the live trading room recap for Tuesday, September the 15th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the Trade Ideas trading room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. All right, well, I was actually kidding in the room that this could have been maybe the bleakest day that I've had in terms of trying to do a video. There wasn't really much on the horizon until this little gem came by. So I had a couple of previous trades. One was an OI and the other one was an HST. Both OI I lost a little bit of money, literally 4 cents, and HST I was flat. And this was really turning into again a day in which yes, the market is way up, but it isn't. I didn't see moves like this anyway in stocks that I was following. FOMC, the minutes are on Thursday. I know a lot of people are just, of course, waiting to see if finally they're going to raise interest rates. And also, I think the market is just kind of waiting to see what happens. So even though the market was way up today, I just didn't see a lot of the good setups that I'm used to until this came along. Now, originally, PEB came on one of my bounce alerts, 36.19. But it continued all the way down from there. But because it came on my bounce alerts, I was at least aware of it. And I tried to let me just bring in HST. I tried to trade HST. Let's see, at 1698, right in this area here as a bounce play, and it just didn't. It just no, actually, I was looking to short this. I'm sorry, I was looking to short HST right around this area as it tried to move down, and it just didn't want to do that. And as it came back up, I got rid of it. Now HST is I don't really know that much about them, but it has something to do with the hotel industry. I think it's hotel inns or something like that. And PEB is a hotel REIT. So obviously, these are kind of tied. I don't know if if it was the whole hotel industry today, or if it was just that PEB and HST were kind of linked, because you can see this one has had a climb relatively at the same time that PEB has had a climb. And the other one that I was looking at, and this one actually Real in the room called this out, and it looked like it had some potential, but it has just done absolutely nothing. And that's what a lot of the stocks that I was following was doing, and that's why I was saying it looked like it was going to be a very bleak video. But let's get back to PEB. Obviously, my trade of the day. I'm still in it. I took the trade right here. Now, interestingly, it also showed up on the RBI, the red bar ignored on 5 minutes. And let's just take a look at where I saw that right here, 3610. So right here, now it saw this. Now this is really kind of a doji, but I guess the Trade Ideas software identified this as more of a red candle, and so you can see again. Imagine this was more red on the screen, looking as opposed to more like a doji. And so here we've got the first green candle, the red candles engulfed by it, and then the follow through next. So I had actually seen this, but a lot of the other ones, they just weren't doing anything afterwards. So when I saw PEB was on the RBI, I thought, well, I definitely want to watch it now, because now we have something that has the potential to bounce. I mean, look at the gap it had to fill all the way up. I mean, here's where it closed yesterday. So we had this nice gap that it could potentially fill. Not a lot of technical reasons for it to stall. I was actually thinking that it might stall right around here, but it didn't, and it went through. Again, I got into the trade right here at 36.23. I did sell some at 36.51. I don't have it marked here, but I did sell some at 37.24. Let me just put the line in right there. Again, psychological for me. This is again 36. This is at 36.23. This is 37.24. So I made my over $1 on this trade. I'm still in it. I know some are now out, but I'm still in it. The market has another hour and 10 minutes left. I don't have a real reason yet to get out of this. If it went down through this 5-minute candle right here, I would definitely be out of it. But so far, so good. And I'm just going to hold on to see maybe it can even, come close to getting up to $38. So now, just a word on our RBIs and the GBIs. You might notice that we have a couple of more columns here. If you know, eventually we're going to, of course, have more columns. We're going to have today's volume. We will have a way in which, of course, we can say, okay, if you only want to trade stocks that have a minimum 1 million shares, you'll be able to do that. Certain price range and other things, but probably more important is that we will now have another type of an alert on this. Now, how can I describe it? It might be easier if I bring out a 30-minute candle. And well, I'll bring out a 15-minute candle. And in fact, I'm actually looking at Starbucks still. Starbucks triggered at 57.15. Let me just see where Starbucks is right now. Kind of liked it. Yeah, I might, when I finish this video, I might get into it. And it was on the 15 minute. So let me just bring up a 15-minute chart of, and here's why. So you can see here's the red candle. So here's the green candle. It's engulfed with the red candle, excuse me, this candle engulfs this red candle. And then we get the trigger. Now, the problem is that we have to wait for this 15-minute candle to close before we actually get this trigger here, and the trigger is the high of this red candle. Now, in this particular case, it's not so bad because this green candle did not run away. But imagine if this green candle ran away and got, up to 57.50. And so it closed, and yes, it would see that that's a pattern, and that you'd get a trigger down here at 57.15. Obviously, way too late. So what I've asked the guys to do is to perhaps keep this same trigger, but another trigger, so that if once this green candle moves through the high of this red candle, we'll get a trigger. Now, that doesn't mean that this green candle will continue higher. In fact, it could even turn into a red candle later on. But at least what this is going to do is going to allow the traders to make their own mind up. Does this look good enough that I want to take the trade right now? We've got the green candle, we've got the red candle, and we've got the green candle forming. Do I want to take the trade right now? And allow, and in this particular case, there'd be I would have probably done it. I mean, it may not have worked exactly like right off the bat, but I would look at this and go, okay, we've got a nice trend up. We're over the whole number. And so, what's my risk? If I take the trade right here at 57.15 on the trigger, and, if I put my stop at 57, okay, I'm out 15 cents. So, or, if I put my stop at 57.08, the bottom of the red candle, I'm only out 7 cents. So at least it just gives me as a trader the option now to either take the trade right here, I'll get the instant alert right there, or I can in fact wait for the candle to finish, and who knows, maybe it hasn't run away, and maybe in fact it's come back down, and then maybe I wait for the second break of all of this. So it just is going to give us another option. So I'm pretty excited about that. I was in the technical session yesterday. They were asking me for my feedback, and that's the one thing that I asked them for. So they say it can be done. So it's not a matter of they didn't hem and haw about it. It's just a matter of getting around to doing it. They know we would like it to have it, and so hopefully, like it's Tuesday, maybe by the end of the week we'll have something, and maybe by the end of next week we'll actually have something that we can get out to people. Now, I do understand the way we're going to market this particular alert. You must have the odds maker if you want access to this. But anyway, running ahead of myself right now. I will take a look at Starbucks. So if it breaks, especially if it breaks up, maybe up through 57.20. Again, an hour and a little over an hour left in the market. I just may take this trade because it's holding. It's holding this for an expensive stock. It's had a pretty tight range, over the last. This is 15 minutes. So over the last hour, it's had a pretty nice tight. It's had a pretty good tight range. So, and I know I'm not out of it because I've got my alert set to sell it right in this area. So I'm still in this trade, and again, hopefully it just continues on up. I mean, it looks like it's getting a little toppy here. And by that I mean obviously you see these two little topping tails. It means that, the buyers obviously tried to drive the price up twice over 37.60, and the sellers have taken it back down. But I mean, we're only talking about a nickel here, so if it had been something like this is the sort of tail that certainly we look for. If this had happened on the top here, that would have been more of a concern. If that topping tail had been a topping tail up here, I probably would have been out of it, because that to me then would have said to me, okay, look, this had a great run. The buyers tried to take it up here, but finally the sellers beat it back down, and that's probably the end of the run. But right now I'm going to continue on holding it. There's no reason for me to get out of this trade. Okay, so it actually turned out to be a pretty good day. It's funny because I actually said in the room, it was right around here when I was watching this. I said, this is, unless this one moves up for me, it's going to be a pretty bleak video day, but it turned out to be a pretty good one. All right, let me just bring back the cover. Here again is the address to get into our room. Sorry, the address to get into our room. Yeah, and if you have any questions about anything, just fire me an email at info@trade-ideas.com and ask the question. I'll be happy to answer it. And I hope to see you in our trading room tomorrow.